Hello, good afternoon. I am Jacqueline Stewart, the mental health and support coach of moms, wives, and women. Mental health and support coaching. I was actually supposed to start this live at 12, trying to do it over on Facebook. Hey, Lisa is on. I was trying to do it on Facebook and that wasn't working out. So now I'm over here on Instagram. And remember, I made a flyer telling you guys that today I'm going to have a conversation with one of my clients on how the MWW MHS coaching program has changed her life, which is a 2-month coaching program. And I worked with her one-on-one. So I am going to go ahead and bring her in this live. And we're going to have a good old conversation. So there we go. There we go.
Now it works.
Can you hear me okay, Lisa? Yes, now
Yes,
it works.
ma'am.
So I'm so used to doing the lives on IG when it comes to inviting another person in and not so
Hmm.
much on Facebook. So I'm trying to figure that thing out, but that's okay. We are here. I'm so happy to have you. I know that you are having a busy day
Yeah.
and taking care of the babies and doing whatever you need to do, running errands,
Hmm.
of that stuff. So thank you so much for taking the time to come on the live. Of course, for those of you that don't know me, again, I'm Jacqueline Stewart, and I am the mental health and support coach of moms, wives, and women, mental health and support coaching. I work with women who may be feeling overwhelmed, who may be dealing with depression, anxiety, self-doubt, thoughts of hopelessness, fear. And I really help them to, I would say basically just to find that voice within again so that they can move forward in their lives emotionally, mentally, spiritually, so that they'll be able to move forward physically in their purpose, in their marriage, in their relationships, as mom, as, an all-purpose woman. And so I absolutely love working with women. I really care about the clients that I work with and really getting in there and addressing those needs or bringing those needs to the surface so that we can work on them. And I have my own coaching resources that I put together. And I basically, of course, we go with the guideline or with the flow of the tools and resources, but I also go with the flow of the client and what the client needs. And so I'm super excited. I'm bringing on Lisa to tell you a little bit about yourself, and then we'll continue to move forward with the conversation. So, hey, Lisa, if you want to go ahead and let everybody know who you are and a little bit about yourself.
Yes, ma'am. I'm Lisa Cochran. I'm a 30-year-old mom of two. I currently have a 8-year-old and a 6-year-old who are very, very busy. So that's what I spend my time doing right now. I love people. I love doing things that help others, and Um, I'm just on a journey to find my purpose in life. So working with Miss Jacqueline really helped me get on the path that I need to get on.
Awesome. So you heard that she's a mother. Her babies are not teenagers, they're still young. So you can only imagine. I'm a mom of two as well. So for those of you moms out there, you already know how busy life is and how life can be. And so, Lisa, just tell them a little bit about like when you first, well, first of all, how did you find me? Let's talk about that.
Well, actually, I was on Facebook and a profile for you came across the bottom of the screen. You know how they have the different suggestions, and I don't know if I searched it, but Facebook always seems to know your business, I guess. But you rolled across there, and I clicked on there. I clicked on your link, and I was reading it, and it was like a mental health wellness coach. I was like, I really want to try that, because trying to find different counselors at the time wasn't working for me. And I read a little bit about you, and I downloaded the app, and I read through it, and I was like, I was really interested, and I saw the consultation. I was like, well, it won't hurt to see, you know, what's it going to start and what you have to
Right.
offer. So did the consultation, and here we are.
Here we are. And so let me ask you this question. So when you first seen, whatever that was going across the screen on social media, was it a feeling that you had where you knew that you had to reach out to MWW MHS coaching? Was there anything going through your mind or through your heart that made you be like, okay, yes, I really need to contact, this lady? Because I know sometimes, people may see somebody, but it doesn't mean that they're really wanting to connect with that person. Sometimes people can just feel that this is a person that they need to connect with, or they feel that, no, I'm just not going to reach out. Was there something that you felt, or that you thought about, as far as it really drew you in to reach out to me for coaching?
It definitely was something drawing, because I don't know you. We live in
Right.
two separate places, but it just was a feeling I had, and it's something that I was dealing with, and I was like, I really need to talk to somebody. I need an outside source that can help me sort out everything that's
Right.
going on. And it's just, I guess we was just drawn together, because when we started, I was telling you I had to pray about it, because I wasn't sure what I
Right.
was going to have to do, if I'd be able to afford it, or if you were close by, or how we'll be able to communicate with each other. I'm like, but I need somebody, and I think she's going to be the somebody I need. And
Right.
I just sent you the message, and I was like, I'm going to see what she says. And if she can help me, I'm going to latch on to her so she can get me through this.
Right. For those of you that don't know, I do coaching by way of phone or online, Zoom, Skype, however you choose that you want to go about with coaching. But Lisa and I live in two different states. However, she found me on social media, and we were able to have that one-on-one chat at first, for me just to
Mm-hmm.
get to know her, some things that she needed at that time and how I could work with her. So if you're out there, it doesn't have to be somebody that's in your hometown or in your state.
Right.
It could be somebody that can help you that's in a totally different state or country that you're
Mm-hmm.
in. And so if you feel that, you see somebody and you feel that drawing or that pulling, that could be God's way. Or I know some people may say the universe's way of telling you, hey, this is somebody that you need to connect with that can help you through whatever you're going through. And so, Lisa, if you could tell them, you don't have to go into great detail, but what were some of the things that you were battling with when you first started working with me?
I have really bad anxiety. I know that was one of the reasons I reached out. I'm a person who tends to get very emotional. So being a very emotional person and having anxiety was not a good combination. And I was having a hard time balancing that, dealing with a relationship and being a mom and dealing with life. I was starting to get overwhelmed. So I really needed to figure out how to use my coping skills properly, and how to also find other techniques, because some of the things I was doing I didn't feel like was working. Or sometimes, as a person, we want to be sure that we're doing the right things in life, and
Right.
having a third person who's, not looking in on it helps to have a third person out of perspective to say, yeah, that don't sound too good. So just stuff like that.
Right, right. And you said you were dealing with anxiety, you were feeling overwhelmed. And I'll be honest and say one reason that I was able to really identify with Lisa, as well as the women that I work with, is that I know how it is to, like I said earlier, I'm a mom of two. I have a son on the autism spectrum. I have a daughter diagnosed with ADD, attention deficit disorder. And actually, last week we just also found out, my husband and I, that my daughter has a math learning ability, what some people would call math dyslexia. Many people know about the reading dyslexia, but not a lot of people know about math dyslexia. And so, being a mom of two, being a husband, a military spouse, supporting my husband, and so I know what it's like to have so much when you're overwhelmed, and not
Mm-hmm.
just that, it's like at a period in my time where I dealt with severe depression, I dealt with anxiety, fear, hopelessness, self-doubt, and all of these things. And so that is why I'm able to connect with Lisa and all of my other clients, because I know what it's like to go through that. I know what it's like to have to put the work in order to pull myself out, strategies and things in place, and really doing what I need to do, not just then, but even now, every day, so I went back to that dark place. And so that is, even though, of course, I know I like to work with people who have this is, things with behavior, or uh, I know what it's like to raise children that have different things. So even though I have book knowledge, it's not just that I have the experience, and that is
Right.
really how
Experience.
I lead my coaching practice, of course, more so with the experience, so that I can connect with the client and know how to guide them through the coaching process. So I just wanted to share with the people out there, because many times people want kind of credentials. Do you does a coach have? But of course, I've gone through courses. I spent many years of working with clients, but even in my own life, I through it, and so that is why I'm able to connect. And so the okay, so we started the process. You were dealing with anxiety. As you were going along the process, how did you begin to feel? How did you learn or realize that you were able to, maybe make better choices, or deal with anxiety, or really start to overcome what you were going through?
Well, first, it was a little hard. I still was feeling overwhelmed, but I was able to express myself and, talk with you and figure out different ways to handle different situations that were coming up. So
Yeah.
as we progressed along, I was more sure. I didn't feel like I needed to like call you or email you and say, "Hey, I'm dealing with this." I was able to rationalize, figure
Right.
out what was important to deal with, what wasn't important to deal with, and basically put my feelings and myself and my kids first in the situations, and not worry about how somebody else was going to feel, and trying to basically, one of my things I was working on was people pleasing, not wanting someone to be
Yeah.
upset with me, not
Yeah.
wanting to feel bad because I wanted a different choice out of whatever the situation was. I wanted to choose my happiness, but I was trying to keep everybody else happy at the same time. And that was a big imbalance. And I know that you shouldn't do that, but being who I am, I always want everybody around me to be happy. But I learned how to take myself out of it. I learned how to step back when I needed to step back, and I learned how to, keep my peace that I needed to stay centered. So as I
Right.
progressed, it was easier for me to make the choices that I needed to make without second guessing myself, being more sure, being more clear
Right.
headed to be able to respond to negative things without falling apart so much. And even
Wow.
if I needed to cry, I could cry and not feel like I'm being over emotional. I know I have a reason to feel the way that I feel, and not anyone else telling me, "Oh, I'm just making a big deal out of it," and it wasn't the case. So it was easier for me to
Wow.
balance emotionally.
Wow. Yeah. So some of the things that's powerful, everything that you said, Lisa, is so powerful. And I know there's so many women, moms, wives, and women that are listening right now that will listen to this. They're going to be able to relate to everything that you're saying. And some things that I always talk about with my clients, and these are things that I work on in my own personal life. Number one is prioritization, prayer and meditation, setting boundaries, pursuing purpose, and setting I said setting boundaries and connecting, making sure you're connecting with positive people, pursuing your purpose. Also, that I always make sure to address trauma, any kind of traumatic situations that a person has been. And so those are some of the things that I work on with a client. And like I said, not just for them, but in my own personal life too. And so I know what helps really in bringing them out of that place of doubt. You were in a place of doubt, but now you're able to, have that self confidence in knowing how to
Right.
process, how to think, how to maneuver, and what you need for your own life. And so tell people now, actually, this week will be our last coaching session together. Tears. And even though we won't be doing the one-on-one coaching anymore, Lisa's always welcome to email me with any concerns or questions that she may have, even as her life progresses and moves forward. So tell everybody, where are you now emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, in your life, and what are that you feel like you're ready to conquer that you may not were ready to conquer before?
Right now, I feel like I am in a excellent headspace. I feel less stressful. I am balanced mentally. It's like I can breathe fully without feeling so clouded, without feeling like I'm basically being squeezed into a box and feel claustrophobic. It's like
Yeah.
I don't really have the words to describe how I feel now, because where I was mentally, I was not in
Yes.
a happy place. But I guess you could say it was kind of like being depressed. I didn't want to be bothered, really. I didn't want to talk to everybody, and I kind of started shutting everybody out. And my
Yeah.
family and stuff was recognizing it, but it's things that I had to deal with on my own. And now I'm back out. I'm with my family. I'm able to better parent with my children without blowing up on them so much. But it's
Right.
easier to parent when your mental state is balanced. It's easier to do anything basically when you're in a good headspace, when you're getting out and mingling with family and friends, and when
Wow.
you feel better, you look better. And
Yes.
I've gotten my hair done at least 5 times now, so
Oh,
that was more than what I've been doing, because I just throw it in the puff and keep going. But I want to do those things. Instead, I was just like, I don't really feel like it, and it's not a big deal. But now,
right.
putting more into, I'm gonna get up and get dressed. I'm gonna do something to my hair. I might put some makeup on, eyeliner, mascara. It's
Yeah.
just that's the type of mindset that I'm in now. It's just more of let's go mingle, and instead of I'm gonna stay home. I don't want to be bothered.
Yeah.
I can turn it off and turn it on instead of being stuck in one little small space.
Right. Awesome. So, um, you said the word, and one it was like you were born in confusion. Things were cloud, but now you're in a space of clarity. You feel better about yourself emotionally, mentally, spiritually. So that means now that you're able to care more for yourself physically. Like you said, you got your hair done. If you feel like you want to put on makeup, do all that. So now you're able to really move, and you're back hanging with your family, being around your family, you're kind of out, and enjoy yourself, your children, and life, a
Right.
little bit more than what you were. And so that's awesome, because my heart at the end of any coaching process that I do is for the individual to have clarity about themselves, about their purpose, about their life, about relationships, motherhood, whatever it is that they have on in their lives. And so I believe that once we're able to really deal with any anxiety, depression, negative thoughts, fears that we're dealing with, really, dive into it and address it and start working on it, then we'll be
Mm-hmm.
able to unstuck in life and really move forward how we need to move forward. That's the whole, goal of the coaching process, is to, so when that person ends the coaching process, they're very confident in who they are. They're very confident in life. They're very confident in moving forward, and whatever it is that they want, business wise, ministry wise, you know, uh, whatever it is. And so it has been super great, working with you. Of course, I am going to miss our coaching sessions every month, or every week. I'm sorry, every week I'm going to miss that, hearing your voice, really, diving in there. So let me ask this: did you find the coaching process was really, um, I would say easy? We would have reflective assignments. That I would do assignments, different things like that. How did you feel about those assignments, those readings, just the writing process of that? Did you feel that it was helpful, and just able to put you in a more clear space?
The coachings and the readings were good, because also it gave me something to read, so that stimulates your mind if you read. And
Yeah,
also they pertain to things that we were doing, or things that I was going through, or it's just something mind stimulating if I related to it
yeah,
or not. So I know one of them was telling me about getting on your creative path and how you lose that as a child, and when you become an adult, you should still try to hang on to that, because that kind of still gives you that light inside that you probably let go of later on. So the readings were good. I still have two more, but I'm definitely gonna read them, because I like to read what you sent to me. It's very inspiring, and it just put things in more perspective. Sometimes it helps me figure out, okay, these are the difference between these two things. Like one was faith and intuition and following
Yeah.
your gut feeling. And I was like, yeah, I can understand what those are. I definitely agree
Yeah.
with, trying to figure out, okay, I'm walking by faith, or is this God,
Wow.
or is this an intuition feeling? So all of that still tied together is don't ignore that. Trust in yourself
Wow.
and believe
Yeah.
that feeling that you have, and also, believe in God and whatever He's showing you and steering you to do. And if you don't understand, that's still who you go to put
Right.
that uncertainty into, and He will help you figure it out. Even if you don't, I know a lot of times that things will pop up or come by and I'll be like, okay, that's my answer to that. Sometimes it's clear and sometimes it's not. I just
Yeah.
have to try to pay attention and hope I don't miss it. So
Right.
my
Um.
readings were good. And also, one of the activities, make your priority list, things you do in the week, or things you would do for the month, set your goals, which I always do that. But setting my time up for the week is not as easy because some things come up last minute and I have to
Right.
rearrange. I have to take something off, but I have always learned if it don't get done, it'll get done later. It's another day to do it. If it's
Right.
not that important, it's the next day it can get done. Don't
Right.
fret over things that aren't life threatening. If it's not life threatening, just brush it off and keep going. The tire
Right.
popped, okay, we'll buy another tire. Long as the car is in, one piece and everybody's safe, that's a small issue. Don't get upset over little things.
Right. And one thing as a coach, I always sure that I'm not telling you, you know, how to live your life or
Right.
to do. I never do that because I believe many times we know in our heart and spirit what to do. We just need somebody to pull it out of us or to give us questions so that we can really think on it and really pull that answer out of us. So as a coach,
Right.
I'm not here to tell a client, oh, you need to do this, this, and that. No, I just simply, ask you questions, say, hey, work on this reflective assignment, and then for the
Mm-hmm.
answer begin to flow in you because your life is your life to live. My life is
Right.
my life. And what God is trying to do in you or through you may not be the same thing for me. And so we really have to tap into the God that is within us, not the God that is in somebody else, but God
Mm-hmm.
living in you and leading and guiding you. And so that's my whole thing as a coach, to help the individual to find voice or get connected back to that voice so that voice within them can lead them, that the voice of God within them lead them on their journey and their purpose, you know. And so that's my goal is that I believe that once you're able to tap back into that voice, then even well after the coaching process, you'll have that voice to lead you. The
Right.
only thing is we have to make sure that we're listening to it. And like you said, listening to that intuition, listening to that God-given voice, making sure that you're praying and meditating so you can hear, so you can be connected to the source. So I definitely believe that as a coach, that I'm not there to tell an individual you need to do this, you need to do that. I say, hey, the answer is within you. You have to sit down, you have to pray, you have to meditate, you have to seek for the answer. I guarantee that you'll
Right.
my phone calls.
It's,
So, like I said, it has been super, super awesome working with you. Before we get off this line, I want you to encourage somebody, if you don't mind just taking a second to encourage somebody that may be thinking about one-on-one coaching or they're thinking about group coaching with MWW, MHS coaching. What kind of advice would you give to them?
um my first thing I would like to say is definitely go for it. Like, don't hesitate. Mental health is so very important. And at the age of 30, I might not have experienced my whole life things, but I have dealt with a lot of people. I work in behavioral, I work with the elderly people. So I've seen all those. So if you're at a point in your life and you just don't understand what to do, definitely reach out. Miss Jacqueline is awesome, y'all. Like, she's great. She's hours away from me, but she never hesitated to respond. 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm like, I don't know if she's gonna answer, but she always answered. She always responded. If I had an idea about something, I told her I was interested in trying to start my own business. She's like, okay, what you want to do? Give me your ideas. This is what you can work with. Write this down. She has every point, every step. She will hold your hand to the end, and you know, just go for it. She's there, and don't be afraid. Don't let yourself get stuck in your head trying to figure out what to do. So just reach out, go for it, and she will work with you. She is affordable. Um, Whatever it is that you need, she got you. She got you. I wish she was here so I could hug her because it was a
Oh,
struggle. But it's a great choice. It's a great choice. And even if you don't choose her, choose somebody. Get
yes.
somebody to help you work through whatever it is, childhood traumas, current relationships, whatever is going on. Find
Right.
somebody to reach out to. Don't just let it sit there and stir up and overboil to where you explode
Right.
and nobody can help. So just
Right.
don't be afraid. Step out on faith.
Amen. That's a great word that she gave. Great encouragement. I hope that you guys receive that. And like you said, even if you don't, connect with me with coaching, connect with somebody because we all need help. Don't go at it alone. Whatever it is that you're dealing with, don't go at it alone. That you're connected with somebody, especially in the times that we're dealing with now,
Right.
especially COVID-19 and all the other things going on in the world. We need somebody that we can connect with, that can push us, encourage us, motivate us, and help us to get us and help us to get back to that place where we hear the voice. So,
Mm-hmm.
Lisa, thank you so much for joining in this
Thank you for
live.
having me. I'm trying to keep this hair from keep falling.
You have been a super blessing to my life. I know that you said that I've been a blessing to yours,
You
but you've been
really
a blessing
have. Yes,
to mine
ma'am.
as well. So, thank you so much. I know that you're busy and that you have a lot on your plate today. So, I pray that you have a great rest of your day. And I'll be
You
talking to
too.
you soon. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. I see you next call.
All right.
All right.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
All right.